So yesterday, I made a comment that Dodgers fans were not liking how Fernando Tatis Jr. was bat flipping in spring training, and I got this comment from a lovely YouTube channel simply named L, and he said, yo, there are no Dodgers fans saying that he can't bat flip. Well, if I show this one right here, they're already making fun of him, and then the bottom comment says, how can anyone like Tatis? So because his YouTube channel is named L, usually I would say hold this L, but I guess I'll just say hold yourself. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB Recap Spring Training Edition. Thank you all so much for stopping by yet again. We're on the road to 300,000 subs, so if this is your first time on the channel, do not be afraid to hit subscribe because we're going to do this every single day. We have Francisco Lindor calling out Cleveland fans. Can't we just be miserable in peace without a former superstar calling us lazy? I can't believe it actually happened. Maybe I took the bait. We'll go ahead and talk about it in just a few moments. Shohei Ohtani hit a baseball that has not landed yet, and then a bunch of players, Kyle Schwarber, Jock Peterson, and Blake Snell, they made their first kind of impression with their brand new team, so it's going to be a super jam-packed video. Thanks for watching, and without further ado, let's start talking baseball. Everyone, make sure that you keep Aaron Boone in your thoughts and prayers because back in 2009, he actually underwent heart surgery, and yesterday, he was in the hospital because he had a surgery or a procedure to install a pacemaker in his heart. So this kind of reminds me back when the 2019 Nationals won it all. Their manager actually had, I don't know if it was a heart attack or if he had a heart procedure, but their manager underwent it and then they won the World Series for him. And yesterday I kind of got the same vibe. The Yankees balled out for Aaron Boone. Now I understand that it's spring training and not a lot of people care about it, but Corey Kluber in his first 2 innings, he was perfect. Not one single runner got on base. And then also Gary Sanchez is continuing to rake. And then Derek Dietrich, for the first time as a Yankee, hit a moonshot. Now, this was shot on an iPhone, so you could pretty much say that spring training 2021 shot on iPhone, that little meme from Apple, because I can very rarely find clips of the stuff that is happening in their games. I mean, Corey Kluber made his debut, and it wasn't even live on TV for Yankees fans to watch. So regardless, everyone keep Boone in your thoughts and prayers because when it comes to the heart, that's very scary, and I'm just hoping a speedy recovery and that he's healthy going forward. Okay, I forgot to mention this right at the beginning of the video, but Jackie Bradley Jr., probably the top position player left as a free agent. He is joining a new team, the Milwaukee Brewers. He's going there on a 2-year deal, but he can opt out after 1. So because Lorenzo Cain is having some injury concerns and also Avisail Garcia, he was not good in 2020, the Brewers are kind of going with an approach where, hey, you're going to play center field some days, and then if we want to platoon you, we're probably going to put in Garcia. But this means if you're starting Cain, Jackie Bradley Jr., and Christian Yelich, all 3 of those guys have won a Gold Glove in the past. But Christian Yelich, I will say his defense and speed the last, I would say, year, maybe year and a half has kind of slipped a little bit. Not saying that he's not going to bounce back, but I don't think that he is a Gold Glove right fielder anymore. And then Lorenzo Cain in left field, I believe that's a really good move because he doesn't have the strongest arm, whereas Jackie Bradley Jr., he can track down fly balls. He can have an 800 OPS. He's got a cannon for an arm. This is a great addition, and if you're a Red Sox fan, it's kind of like, yo, who's next? It's been Mookie Betts. It's been Jackie Bradley Jr. I know a couple other players have left as well. Who's next? I'm so excited for the future of Jarred Kelenic. He went yard yesterday for the first time in spring training. Now, I'm not going to say that he's the next Grady Sizemore because I say that in every single video. I'm sorry if I sound like a broken record, but the kid is going to be special, so I'm trying to make sure you guys are aware of his name. Jarred Kelenic hit a home run yesterday to a kid who was topless. He's going crazy. He caught a home run ball. He's super excited. I'm happy for him. But there was a controversy later on in that same game where another home run was hit to a older man, an adult, kind of in center left field, and then that same kid is trying to steal the ball, and everyone was giving this adult some slack because they're saying, why didn't you give that ball to the little kid? I'm going to say this right now. I might get some flack for it, but if I know a kid already has a home run ball and he runs 50 feet to try and steal it from me, I'm going to keep it 10 times out of 10 because I know he already has one. Am I crazy for thinking that? Like, if I didn't see him catch a Jarred Kelenic ball, which is already more valuable to begin with, I'd probably say, okay, here's the ball. But it was hit straight to me. You already have one. I'm keeping it. So I don't know why everyone is making fun of this guy. I think it was okay. Now, moving on over to another controversy. I'm going to put this in air quotations because I voiced my opinion on Twitter, and then a lot of people were saying, Fuzzy, you took the bait, blah, blah, blah. But Lindor came out a couple days ago on a Mets broadcast and said that the people of Cleveland were, quote, lazy for calling him Frankie. I mean, I never knew that he didn't like being called Frankie. Francisco Lindor, Frankie. I mean, it kind of just rolls off the tongue. I understand maybe why he wouldn't want to be called that, because my real name is Preston. That would be like people call me, yo, what's up, Peter, or something like that. Maybe it would rub me the wrong way. However, he never told us that he didn't like it. So a Cleveland fan actually said, hey, you could have told us. And then Francisco Lindor responded and said, that's on him. He agrees. So I respect him for that. And then a lot of people started hating on Francisco Lindor, pretty much saying, how can you call Cleveland fans lazy when you admitted to being lazy a season ago by quitting on your workouts? I did not know this was a thing, and unfortunately, it kind of leaves me with a salty taste in my mouth. Like, Lindor, I love the guy. I hope that he wins a World Series and an MVP with the Mets, but the fact that he admitted to being tired because he didn't work out hard enough towards the end of 2020, that hurts a little bit. Like, he was not good against the Yankees, and it's just, or even in 2020 in general, and it kind of showed because he was tired. Really sucks to hear. Now, I guess the light at the end of the tunnel for Cleveland fans is this little snippet right here. Again, take it with a grain of salt because this is from spring training. Cleveland shortstops are a combined 13 for 15 to start off the spring, which is insane. Now, I wish I could show you, but if it's not a clip that's shot on an iPhone, there's no clip usually at all. So between Tyler Freeman, Ahmed Rosario, you have Andres Jimenez and Gabriel Arias, I can't find one single clip of them hitting in spring training. I'm sorry, that's the way that Major League Baseball is choosing to conduct themselves going forward in terms of producing content. Now, of course, if it's Fernando Tatis, that clip is going to be there, but it's just super frustrating. So let me know if you're a Cleveland fan or just a baseball fan. What do you make of Francisco Lindor saying he doesn't like being called Frankie? He calls the city of Cleveland lazy for calling him that, but then at the same time, he admits to not working out hard enough and kind of getting tired in a 60-game season. Weird. I'm so happy that I picked up this 2019 Bowman's Best Wander Franco Chrome card. This is a Gem Mint 10. I got this from Auction of Champions. If you want to go ahead and sign up, you can always say that I sent you. But this card is going to be worth something someday because he is the #1 prospect in baseball at 20 years old, coming out of the Dominican Republic. He has 80 grade contact. He has 60 grade power, 60 grade fielding, arm, and speed. The guy could be a faster version of Francisco Lindor. Maybe not as good of defense, but yesterday he went yard. Now, if you're taking a look, this is even more impressive because he hit this during a magnitude 10 earthquake. That is a joke. I don't know what the cameraman was doing. He looks like this guy right here. But what I did is I put this in my editing program and I wanted to stabilize it. The quality isn't as good because I kind of had to zoom in a little bit, but you can see with this swing, Wander Franco is going to be a stud for quite some time, and I'm hoping that he makes his debut for the Rays this year because if he is who we think he's going to be, the Rays, even though they lost Charlie Morton and Blake Snell, their offense and Austin Meadows is raking in spring. I mean, it could be a top 5 offense in baseball. A few days ago, Shohei Ohtani was up to 100 miles an hour in his bullpen session, and yesterday he hit a 460, you know what, let's round up, a 470-foot home run for the cherry on top to kind of round out his week. Now, he is going to be throwing live Thursday, so today or tomorrow. It's the first time since 2020 when he was roughed up by the A's, I think 7 earned runs or something like that in 2/3 of an inning. He was horrible, of course, because of that injury, but he's raking, he's throwing 100. If we get a healthy Ohtani for the entirety of 2021, thank you. So let's go ahead and talk about a few players that joined brand new teams over the offseason. We have Kyle Schwarber hitting his first home run as a member of the Washington Nationals. They were able to add Josh Bell, Kyle Schwarber. I mean, they have Trey Turner. You have Juan Soto, who probably is the best hitter in baseball. Mike Trout, to me, is #2. I fully believe Juan Soto is going to break out even more as a hitter. But if we're talking about all-around player, Mike Trout is still the #1 guy going forward. But Soto, I mean, Ted Williams 2.0. Jock Peterson with his first ding-dong as a member of the Chicago Cubs. The Cubs are one of those teams that I don't really know if they're going to be good or not because their pitching staff, their rotation is the worst in all of Major League Baseball, but their lineup, they still have Javi Baez, Rizzo, Jason Hayward, Ian Happ, Jock Peterson with that home run shows that he still has a lot of gas left in the tank. So to me, the Cubs are a very sneaky, wild card-esque kind of squad. So you guys have to let me know what you think of them going into the next season. Then finally, Blake Snell goes 1 inning, was really good, and then got pulled out. So I'm sure Kevin Cash is smiling because we all know he does not like to push Blake Snell. Sorry. I brought this kid up yesterday, and I'm going to talk about him yet again. Bobby Dahlbeck of the Red Sox broke out in 2020 by hitting a home run in 5 straight games. That was an MLB rookie record, and so far in spring training, he's 4 for 7 with 3 bombs. I'm telling you right now, if you do not have a Bobby Dahlbeck rookie card, you might want to start looking into that because it could be an investment that could really pay off in the next 15 to 20 years because if he continues this, I mean, I see a mini JD Martinez, kind of the same stance, you know, good hop to the opposite way. Not saying he's going to be JD, but even if he's 80% of that, that's a really good ball player. All right, everyone, well, that pretty much does it for today's MLB recap. I'm going to leave you with a question of the day. This has kind of been a conversation that has been happening over the last 24 hours over on MLB Twitter. Who has the most swag in Major League Baseball? I'll probably say Fernando Tatis, maybe Javier Baez. I didn't come up with this question. It was really going around. So if you guys have an opinion on that, please let me know. Stay safe out there, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out.